Okay, so hi. So I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. So I went in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer and the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer and the Nourishing Primer on my nose. I did work earlier this morning, and now I'm just pretty tired from work. I really didn't work too much, but I was out all last week with my boyfriend, and then today I worked in the morning. But now I'm home and ready to relax, so I'm probably going to rip my makeup off soon. I'm not really sure if my mom's going to want to go out to dinner or something. I don't really know where she went after this. I went to work and then I went to the mall for a little bit after work, and I came back. I texted her saying I went to the mall for a little bit, and then I came home and then she wasn't here. So anyway, then I went in with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation in the color Y225, and the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in N10, and the Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Liquid Lightning. Then I concealed and highlighted with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer in the shade Y23 and the MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose. Then I set everything with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Medium. Then I primed my eyes with the MAC 24-Hour Prep and Prime eyeshadow base, and then I went in with the same MAC powder to set that. Then I went in with Makeup Geeks Beaches and Cream on the crease. And then I went in with the Makeup Forever Artist Palette today. I've been wanting to use my Makeup Forever shadows for a while. I know I've been neglecting certain eyeshadows, and I've been trying to not do that. So I think I've been doing a pretty good job of using most of my eyeshadows this month. I think I pretty much used almost all of my eyeshadow palettes this month, so I'm pretty proud of myself. But I did go in with some of these matte shades first. I did go in with this color right here. I can't remember the names of them because they just have numbers, but whatever. I went in with this on the crease, and then I darkened up the crease more with this one, like this dark chocolatey brown. This is probably my favorite one. It's so gorgeous. And then I went in with, I did originally go in with, I think it was this color on the crease, or maybe this one, but then I just didn't want a shimmery crease, so I decided to go in with this one over it. And then on the outer corners, I went in with this color here. It looks really pretty when it's blended out, so I like that on the outer corners. And then I went in with more of a shimmery shade on the lid, and I went in with this color. This color on the bottom is called, oh my god, I can never remember how to actually read these, because I never know if they're left to right or right to left. I think this one is D652, I believe. Whatever, if you have the palette, you'll know. I just never remember how to read these. The middle ones are easy, obviously, and then I went in with this color on the lid, which is I514. And then I went in with this one on the brow bone, and that one is called I528, yeah. Because this one is I514, so this one is I528. And then, yeah, this one is D562. Sorry, I'm digging into it. And then I went in with the same color on the inner corners, that same I528, and that's it from the palette. I didn't use as many as I thought. Again, this one and the Lion Crime are harder to use every single color because there's no matte shades in here, which kind of sucks, but at least I have some matte shades from the bigger artist shadows that I can use when I use the artist shadows. So yeah, that's what I used today. Then I lined my eyes with the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner and Mad Max Brown, and then I went over my lashes with the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. Then I concealed and highlighted under my eyes with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation in the color Y23 and the MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose. And then I set that with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and then I went in with the MAC Extended Play Cake Black Lash on the bottom lashes. Then I contoured with with the Marc Jacobs Instamark Dreamer Filter in the darker shade, and then baked it with the lighter shade. Then I went in with the MAC Powder Blush in the shade Spellbinder, and then I highlighted with Becca Shimmy Skin Perfector Press in Opal. Then I went over everything with the Hourglass Luminous Light Powder, and then set everything with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Then I filled in my brows with the Chanel Brow Pencil, and then set them with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And then I primed my lips with the Bite Beauty Lip Primer. Then I lined them with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Contempo. And then I filled them in with a new Lime Crime Velveteen, and this one is the shade Cupid. This is from the True Love Valentine's Day set, and I love the shade so much. It's actually a lot less drying now than it was earlier, which is weird, because I've been wearing it since about 11:30 this morning, and I felt like it was more drying then. And this one, yeah, this one is the shade Cupid. And I love it. I think it's such a pretty color. I've been waiting so long for Lime Crime to come out with like more nudie pink colors or more pink colors like this, and I'm so happy that they did because I love it. And yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hi. So I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. I am going to be going out with my boyfriend at some point. I'm just waiting for him to text me and tell me when he's on his way. But I did work this morning, and then I just left my work makeup on to make it, easier. Because I usually do that now after work. I don't really bother changing my makeup. It's just a pain in the butt. So I prime my face with the Smashbox Primer Water and the Makeup Forever Step On Equalizer in the Nourishing Primer. Then I went in with the Dior Air Flash Spray Foundation. I forgot how much I miss this foundation. I love it. It makes your skin look flawless, and it literally feels like nothing, and I can't believe I went without this for so long. I just love it. Then in the color Ivory, then I went in with the color Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in N10 and the Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Liquid Lightning. Then I concealed and highlighted with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Warm and my MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose. Then I set everything with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Medium. Then I primed my eyes with the MAC Prep and Prime 24-hour eyeshadow base, and then I went over that with the same MAC powder. And then I was originally going to go in with the Tarte Showstopper Clay palette today, but then I was like looking at my Makeup Geek shadows last night and I just couldn't resist using them today. So I really wanted to wear like this shirt anyway, so I wanted to decide to go with some of my pink shadows. So I went in with Creme Brulee first. It did look like a little bit too much because I need to remember how pigmented that shadow is. I should have went with Beaches and Cream first and then went over it with Cupcake because Beaches and Cream is still like the perfect transition shade. But I decided to go in with Creme Brulee first, and I do like how it turned out. But then I went over it with Cupcake, and it wasn't as pink as I wanted it to. It kind of turned out a little bit more neutral, but that's okay. Then I went in with Frappe to darken up the crease more, and then I went in with Latte and Mocha on the outer corners. And then I went in with Cinderella on the lid, and then I went in with Vanilla Bean on the brow bone. Then I lined my eyes with the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Mad Max Brown. Then I went in with the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara on the top and the MAC Extended Play Cake Black Lash on the bottom. And I concealed and highlighted under my eyes with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Warm and the MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose. And then I set that with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Then I highlighted the inner corners with Makeup Geek's Whimsical. I did originally go in with Starry Eyed and Whimsical, but then I just went over again with Whimsical just to make it a little bit more pink. Then I contoured with the Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette today. Like I said, I wanted to use more new products that I just hauled yesterday, and I used that color Shadow Play to contour. And then I used the latest shade in the palette to bake it. I can't remember what the shade is called. It's that really neutral color, like the first one in the palette. It's really, really pretty. Then, of course, I went in with my blush, and I went in with Makeup Geek's Spellbound, and then I highlighted originally with the Hourglass Strobing Powder in Incandescent Light, but then I just wanted a little bit more of a intense highlight for after work, so I went in with Anastasia's Crushed Pearl from the Glow Kit. It is so pretty. I definitely love that shade. Then I went over everything with the Hourglass Luminous Light Powder. Then I set everything with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Then I filled in my brows with the Chanel Brow Pencil and then set them with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Then I primed my lips with the Bite Beauty Lip Primer and then lined them with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Lumiere because I couldn't find Contempo for some reason. And then I filled in my lips with the Galactic Matte Lip Paint in the shade Sweet. I'm not sure if I like these, honestly. I feel like they're so drying. I have been wearing this all day. Maybe I should have taken it off and put on a new shade. But I really like how this shade looks. But do you see how wrinkly and dry my lips look? And I did feel like this one is actually a better formula than Bashful. But it's still clinging to absolutely everything. It's still making my lips look very wrinkly. I mean, yes, it is a matte lipstick, but my ColourPop and my Lime Crime do not do that to me. The one I was wearing yesterday was perfectly comfortable. But I don't think I really like the formula of these. I don't really understand why the matte lip paints are so famous because I actually really prefer the blush and the highlight. But the lipsticks I kind of don't like, and I probably won't be wearing them for a little while. But I did have to try it out. I actually prefer Jeffree Star's liquid lipsticks over this, and I didn't like Jeffree Star's as much as my other liquid lipsticks, but I definitely prefer that formula over these. It doesn't make my lips look wrinkly. I literally wore androgyny all day, and it was very comfortable, and it didn't flake. These flake, they get very wrinkly and very drying. I mean, this is very matte and nothing, there's no transfer at all, but I literally just feel like it just like it's like an enamel on your lips of like dry paint. Like I just feel like it does become like it cling to your lips, but I just don't like how the finish looks. So I'm still on the fence about these. Like I said, I think that this formula is a little bit better than Bashful because this one, it wasn't peeling like crazy. It was flaking a little bit, but once I went over it, then it was okay. But every time I layer it up, which I know I shouldn't layer liquid lipsticks too much, but I have to in order for it to look better. And every time, this is actually only the first time when it's felt a little bit more drying than the few other times I had to layer it this morning, but it does not last all the way through eating something, and I feel like I have to put another layer on just to get it to last longer. I mean, all I had was bread today, but I still had to put another layer on. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I might actually make a new updated Battle of the Liquid Lipsticks video because since I've now tried Makeup Monsters and Dose of Colors and Galactic and Jeffree Star, I might make a updated video on like the ranking and stuff. But I will post a Galactic lipstick review and check-in very soon. I'm just waiting to, I have to post my makeup collection first, and I'm also waiting to order a couple more things online to actually haul the things that I got from online. And that's really it. So yeah, bye. Okay, so hi, so I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. I am going to be going out with one of my friends in about 10 minutes. We're going to go see Zoolander 2. I guess we'll see how bad it is compared to people saying how bad it is. If the lip color looks a little bit pale on camera, it looks so freaking awesome in person with this eye makeup look. I really wanted something not too pale, but I didn't want to use First Base again from ColourPop. I wanted something a little bit more subdued, and I really like how this color looks, so I will tell you what it is after I tell you what's on my face. So I prime my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer and the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer and the Nourishing Primer. I did originally go in with the Smashbox Primer Water and the Makeup Forever with the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer, but for some reason my foundation was not going on properly, so I wiped it all off and restarted again. And I do like how it turned out now this time more than the first time, and it seemed to really get less orange after all my makeup was done. Like, it doesn't look as heavy now. It looks like it oxidized, but it looks like my actual skin tone, and I think it just looks a lot better now. I don't know, I could tell in the lighting from the bathroom that it looked much better from first application than the application that I have now after I let it settle a little bit. Sometimes it happens with me. I need to let the foundation settle in order to see how it looks and after all my makeup is done. Not when I'm first doing my makeup, of course. Like, what if I'm like bright orange by the time I'm done with my makeup? Like, then we have some problems. But I have learned how to correct some of those things. So anyway, then I went in with the Dior Air Flash Spray Foundation in the color Ivory and the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in N10 and the Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Liquid Lightning. What I've noticed with this Dior Air Flash is that the spray keeps on getting clogged, so I keep on having to like shake it up a lot. And I've actually been spraying it directly on my face recently because I feel like when I use the Cover FX and the Kevyn Aucoin on my hand with the foundation, I feel like it thins it out too much and you don't get as enough application on your face as you should. But I really need to realize that that foundation really is buildable and beautiful once you're done with it. So I probably don't need to do that. But what I did the second time, sorry, like I have a frog in my throat. What I did the second time, like after I wiped it off, I sprayed a few drops on my face, and then I just mixed the Kevyn Aucoin and the Cover FX together on my hand, and then I just threw that on my face, and it makes, the Kevyn Aucoin makes it look really, really dewy and really, really pretty, so that's what I decided to do instead, and I feel like it looks much better now. So then I concealed and highlighted with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Warm and the MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose. And then I went over everything with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Medium. Then I prime my eyes with the MAC 24-hour eyeshadow base. I'm actually really enjoying it now. I don't know why I said I disliked it in the first place. It really is the thinnest primer that I have, and it dissolves like right away after you put it on your eyes, and it doesn't disturb like powder products or concealer products as much as like the other two I love the other two primers that I have, but I find that this one is super smooth and just dissolves right away, and it's very thin, that it doesn't like disturb like if you put on foundation or concealer on your eyes as much as like the other two. I mean, I know primers shouldn't do that, but you get what I mean. Like sometimes if you're just going to conceal and set it with powder, like you don't need primer, but sometimes like my foundation actually ended up here today, and I don't usually put on foundation on my eyes before I do my eyeshadow. I just don't see a point to it because I don't really have veiny eyes. I'm very lucky and I don't have veiny eyes, so I don't really need to conceal too much on my eyes in order to prep them for eyeshadow. So I just use an eyeshadow primer and then I set it with a powder, and I find that that's a really nice canvas to go on in with eyeshadow. So then I went in with that Kat Von D shade from the Shade and Light palette. I just love that color when it comes to using colors. I feel like it makes them really bright and pop. So I think a white powdery eyeshadow really helps your pigment pop a lot more. That's what I've been finding, and it's really close to my skin tone obviously because I am really light. So I like to use that as a base for my eyeshadow. So then I went in with the Urban Decay Electric palette on the crease, and I went in with the shade Savage. Then I decided to just try and add a little bit of depth to the crease, so I went in with Simply Marlena by Makeup Geek on the crease area, and then I used an eyeshadow base today for the color I went over with, but I also really love that shade by itself. I went in with ColourPop's Super Shock Shadow in Ibiza on the lid, and then I went over it with Makeup Geek's Foiled Shadow in Pegasus, and I love the combination of the two together. You don't even need Fix Plus when you do that. It really just brings out the pigment a lot. Sorry. And I feel like Makeup Geek's Pegasus is probably like the least transferring shade from the foiled shadows, and also maybe because I used a base that's a little bit more sticky, that's why that it just stuck to the lid a little bit more. It's not a sticky base, I just used a base, and I feel like it helped, you know, let it just adhere to the lid a little bit more. So let me stop rambling. Then I went in with the same Kat Von D shade, that white matte shade on the brow bone. I just love it on the brow bone. I can't seem to stop using it when I use colorful shadows. Then I lined my eyes, of course, with Kat Von D's Tattoo Liner and Trooper. Then I primed my lashes with the Steals XL Booster Primer from Lancome. I actually just watched, Kathleen Light's lash routine video, and she said she was using the Lancome Steals XL Booster Primer for a while, but she loves the Estee Lauder one a little bit more. I know a lot of people like the Estee Lauder Little Black Primer. I might try it at some point, but I don't like Estee Lauder. But she said that the Steals XL Booster from Lancome is really, really good too. So, and it's definitely true. It's an amazing primer. But I've been using that a lot. You know, I did use the mini one, and I fell in love with the mini one that I decided to buy the full size. Then I went over them, of course, with Maybelline's Lash Sensational Mascara. Then I concealed and highlighted under my eyes with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Warm and the MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose. Sorry. And then I set that with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I really want to try the Kat Von D setting powders under my eyes, but I just can't seem to get away from the Laura Mercier powder. I haven't even tried the Too Faced one just because I'm crazy and I really like how the Laura Mercier primer looks. I mean, powder, but whatever. Then I went in with the MAC Center Play Giga Black Lash on the bottom lashes, and then I highlighted the inner corners. That never changes. Honestly, it's never going to change, so it's always going to be the same mascara. And then I highlighted the inner corners with Makeup Geek's Foiled Shadow in Whimsical. Then I contoured, which is the same inner corner highlight I used yesterday. I've been using that shade more than Starry Eyed. I know that's crazy, but sometimes when I wear pink, I really like wearing this on the inner corners. Then I contoured, like Kat Von D. I contoured with the Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette today, and I used the lightest shade in the palette to contour with, and then I also used the lightest shade in the palette to bake the contour with. Then I went in with Makeup Geek's Head Over Heels powder blush, and then I highlighted with the Anastasia Glow Kit. For some reason, I can't seem to get away from it. I love it. And I went in with Crushed Pearl and Starburst to highlight. Like, look how intense that is. Do you see that? It's so freaking gorgeous. And then, of course, I went over everything with the Hourglass Luminous Light powder. And yes, I love my highlight being, like, really prominent on my face. So, yeah, I just love it. And I set everything with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Then I filled in my brows with the Chanel Brow Pencil and then set them with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I know my eyebrows are looking janky as fuck. I need to really tweeze them soon. So hopefully I will tweeze them tonight. Like, this is not good. But you can't really notice it when you actually, like, fill it in. But yeah, that needs to go. Then I primed my lips with the Bite Beauty Lip Primer. Then I lined them with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Contempo. And then I filled them in with Lime Crime's Velveteen in the shade Cupid. I love this shade so much. This is the second time I've worn it, and I love it. Like, these are so much better than the Galactic Lip Paints. I think I'm going to do a full updated Battle of the Liquid Lipsticks video and compare the newer formulas that I have, like Makeup Monsters and Dose of Colors, Jeffree Star, New Lime Crime, and Ofra, and rank those for you and tell you my thoughts on them. I think the Galactic Matte Lip Paints are actually the worst liquid lipsticks I've ever tried. Maybe even worse than the Anastasia Beverly Hills, because they made my lips look like a shriveled grape. Like wrinkly as hell, drying as hell. Like, do you see how much better this looks on my lips? Like, literally, the Galactic Matte Lip Paints cling to every single wrinkle in your lip. I really do not understand why they are so famous for their matte lip paints when their face powders and their face products are so much better than their lipsticks. So I don't think I'm going to be picking up any more lipsticks from them. Lime Crime is the way to go. I am telling you, their Velveteens are freaking awesome. I don't understand why so many people hate them. They're amazing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to stop rambling, and I will mention the Galactic Matte Lip Paints and everything else in my favorites and dislikes video very soon, which will be coming in the next couple of days. Hopefully by, actually probably like next week. And yeah, that's it. Bye! Okay, so hi, so I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. I know my eyes look a little similar to yesterday, but I did put a pop of purple on my lids besides blue, and then I put blue on the lower lash line. I did go out with my boyfriend today, and I wore my Betsey Johnson dress. I really love this dress. I think it's so cute. It has like little deer on it. I know Betsey Johnson's a little bit crazy, but I love this dress, and I haven't been able to wear it this winter yet, so I really wanted to wear it today. We just went to the mall, and we went to a computer store that he likes, and then we just chilled at his house for a little bit, and then we went to go get Taco Bell. But you don't need to know my life story, so I primed my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer and the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer and the Nourishing Primer. Then I went in with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation in the color 5. I just decided to go in with my trusty foundation and not worry about my skin today. And it literally never fails me. It always looks amazing. So I just decided to go with my go-to today, and it always looks good. So that's what I use. And I feel like I want to use a little bit less coverage now when I'm doing more of like a colorful eye. So, and if this is too much for people, I'm sorry, but I really like pink on the crease sometimes. I think it looks really cool, and I tried to use something a little bit more subdued. I really want to try and not make my face as, you know, prominent when I'm doing more colorful looks. I really want the attention to be on my eyes and less on my face, if you get that. Like, I don't want to do like a super hot pink blush. I don't want to do like a full coverage foundation. I just want something that makes my skin look great and just really concentrate on the eyes. So then I went in with the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in N10 and the Covenant Quan Celestial Liquid Lightning. And then I concealed and highlighted with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Warm, which again always looks amazing. So I just wanted to use my go-tos today. and the MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose, and then I set everything with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Medium. Then I prime my eyes with the MAC 24-Hour Eyeshadow Base. I'm telling you, I can't get enough of that base primer. And then I went over it with the same MAC powder. Then I went in with that Kat Von D shadow that I love from the Kat Von D palette, that white matte shadow. And then I went in with, sorry, my boyfriend texted me, just give me a second. And then I went in with the Makeup Forever Artist Shadows palette today, the Artist 2 palette. I really wanted to try and utilize some of these shades again. So I used this pink in the crease today, and this one is called ME. I can never get these names right because I never know. I think this one is ME700, no, ME910. But if you get the palette, obviously it's the friggin' hot pink shade in the palette, so that's what I used. And then I did try and darken it up a little bit more with Simply Marlena from Makeup Geek. Then I went in on the lid with ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Dare, just to give the eyeshadow a base. It really just helped bring out the pigment. And then I went in with this color over it, and that color is called S924. Yeah. They go by like finish, like if it's like iridescent, matte, you know, etc. That's what they do. Like all their eyeshadows are numbered. Obviously, if you have Makeup Forever shadows, you'll know that. And then for the brow bone, I went in with Max Shroom. I just feel like I've been neglecting that shade, but yeah, this is actually a pretty decent palette. I feel like I need to utilize a little bit more. I think I'm going to use this blue at some point. But I do want to use these shades more. I pretty much have used almost every shade in this palette. I haven't used it as much as I would like to, but I do want to start using this a little bit more. So yeah, that's what I used on my eyes. Then I lined my eyes with the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner and Trooper. And then I primed my lashes with the Lancome Steels XL Booster Primer, and then went over them with the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. Obviously, I can't get enough of that mascara. Then I concealed and highlighted under my eyes with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Warm and the MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose. And then I set that with the Laura Mercier Secret Burning Powder. Then I lined my waterline with the ColourPop gel liner pencil in the shade Bee Sting, and then I highlighted the inner corners with Makeup Geek's Foiled Shadow and Whimsical. It's just been like my go-to inner corner shade lately. And then of course I went in with the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash on the bottom lashes. Then I contoured again with the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette, and I went in with the lightest shade. I feel like my contour faded a little bit. Feels like my makeup faded a little bit down here, but that's okay. I'm taking it off anyway. With the lightest dark shade in the palette, like the first one, I forgot the name of it, and then I baked it with the lightest light shade in the palette. You get what I mean, because there's 3 light shades and 3 dark shades. Then I went in with MAC's Powder Blush in the shade Fleur Power. I was originally going to use Tarte's Doll Face, but I just felt like, again, I wanted something a little bit less pink on my face, so I went in with that instead. Then I highlighted with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. I can't seem to get enough of it. And I used the shades Hard Candy and Starburst as a highlight. And then, of course, I went over everything with the Hourglass Luminous Light Powder. Then I set everything with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Then I filled in my brows with the Chanel Brow Pencil and then set them with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Then I primed my lips with the Bite Beauty Lip Primer, and then I lined them with the ColourPop Lip Pencil in Contempo, and then I filled them in with the Lime Crime Velveteen in Poly. I really wanted to use something that was a little bit more of a pinky purple today, and I thought that this shade was absolutely perfect because I feel like it went really well with the dress, and I just love this shade so much. Sorry if it's like a little bit overlined over here, but I love this. I have literally put on maybe 3 or 4 layers of this today, and it barely feels drying. It feels a little bit drying, but honestly so much more comfortable than those Girlactic ones. I really am surprised that I don't like them, but again, I will put up a full review. That review will probably be up before this video anyway. And yeah, that's it. Bye! Okay, so hi. So I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. So I primed my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer and the Makeup Forever Step On Equalizer in the Nourishing Primer. Then I went in with the Clinique 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer in the color 0.5 Breeze. I am liking this foundation a lot more than before. As I've said before, I have been using a lot less of it, and I did go see one of my friends tonight, so I only wore makeup for like 3 hours because I did my makeup around 6:30. But as I was doing my makeup, I broke Makeup Geek's Starry Eyed Foiled Eyeshadow because somehow I dropped my Z palette on my counter and it shattered the Starry Eyed eyeshadow. So now I can't include that in my Project 10 pan. Well, my Project Pan, because I was working on using that eyeshadow up. But at least I got to show you that I hit pan on it, I think, on my last products I've used up video. What the fuck? That was the weirdest glitch ever. Sorry, my phone like glitched in the weirdest way I've ever seen before. Like, it just, the messages that I had just completely disappeared, and when I sent yeah, it like popped it in. You know how like it minimizes into a message? Like, it minimized into the message before that was mine. I don't know, it was weird. Anyway, then I mixed that with the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops and the Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Liquid Lightning. Then I concealed and highlighted with the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the color Light and the MAC Rip and Primer Radiant Rose. And then I set everything with the MAC Mirror Light Skin Finish Natural in the shade Medium. Then I primed my eyes with the 24-hour MAC eyeshadow base. Why do I always say that differently? The MAC 24-hour Prep and Prime eyeshadow, extended eyeshadow base. I can never say the name right. Then I went in with my transition, and then I went over it with the same MAC powder. I can't talk because I'm so tired. I have to be up at 7 tomorrow for a staff meeting for work, so I'm trying to go through this as fast as I can because it's like almost 11. So I just want to like get through this, take my makeup off, take a shower, and get into bed. Then I went in with my transition shade, which was Makeup Geek's Cupcake. And then I went in with the Urban Decay Ammo palette, and I used the shade Last Call on my crease. Then I went in with Makeup Geek's Dual Chrome Shadow in this shade Black Light on my lid. And then I went in with Vanilla Bean on my lid. Vanilla Bean on my brow bone. Can you talk today, Caitlin? And that's when things went wrong with me dropping my Z palette. I was so mad. I was so mad that it had to be a shadow that I hit pan on, but yeah, like at least I saved all the other eyeshadows. Somehow I shattered the one that I was working on though, and it just really sucks. But yeah, anyway, life goes on. And then I lined my eyes with the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner and Trooper. Then I primed my lashes with the Lancome Seals XL Booster Primer, and then went over them with the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. Then I concealed and highlighted under my eyes with the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the color Light and the MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose, and then I set that with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Then I lined my waterline with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil, ColourPop Gel Liner in the shade Piggy Bank, and then I went in with the MAC Ika Black Lash on the bottom lashes, and then I highlighted the inner corners with Makeup Geek's Dual Chrome Shadow in the shade Phantom, I believe. And then I contoured with the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette with the latest contour shade in the palette, and then baked it with the latest brightening shade in the palette. I cannot talk. Then I went in with Becca's Mineral Blush in the shade Nightingale on my cheeks, and I highlighted with Bobbi Brown's highlighter in the shade Pink Glow. And then I went over everything with the Hourglass Luminous Light Powder. Then I set everything with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Then I filled in my brows with the Chanel Brow Pencil and then set them with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Then I primed my lips with the Bite Beauty Lip Primer. Then I lined them with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade Lumiere. And then I went in with the Jeffree Star Liquid Lipstick in the shade Androgyny. I am actually really enjoying this. And it does not look like how it does in the tube on the lips. It makes it kind of like adjusts to the like colors on your eyes and like works with the eyeshadows on your eyes. It's pretty cool. I actually really am enjoying this shade. This is the second time I'm wearing it and I really do like it. So it probably will be in my favorites video, and that's it. Bye! Okay, so hi. So I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. I'm so exhausted. I've been out of the house literally the entire day. I didn't get home till like 10 o'clock. I had a staff meeting this morning. And then, sorry, I'm really feeling my lip color today. I had a staff meeting this morning at like 7:45 in the morning, and then I worked. I went home for like not even an hour, and then I went right back to work after because the staff meeting was at 7:45. It was till like 10 o'clock. went home for an hour, and then went right back to work after that. So to work at 11:30 till like 5:30, and then I went home, changed again, and then went right to my boyfriend's house. And now I'm home from my boyfriend's house. So yeah, I'm pretty fucking tired. So if my eyeshadow doesn't look the best, I'm sorry. It kind of faded a little bit because I only used concealer on my eyes. I didn't use an eyeshadow primer because I didn't think I was going to be putting on eyeshadow when I went to work in the morning, but then I did, and then it kind of faded a little bit, and then I tried to reapply it a little bit more. I was just too lazy on blending and whatever, so I can went in with the, what did I use to prime today? The Smashbox Primer Water and the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer and the Nourishing Primer on my face. Then I went in with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I just wanted to use an easy go-to foundation that I knew wouldn't take forever. I literally had to apply my makeup at like 7 in the morning, so I didn't really care what foundation I was wearing, just as long as it looked good. And the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in N10 and the Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Liquid Lightning. Then I concealed and highlighted with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Warm and the MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose. Then I set everything with the MAC Merlot Skin Finish Natural in the shade Medium. Then I concealed and highlighted also on my eyes with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Warm. And then I set that with the MAC Merlot Skin Finish Natural in the shade Medium. Then I went in with the Urban Decay Naked Palette today. I just really felt like using it today. And I went in with a couple of shades from here. I used the shade Naked on the crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with Buck. Then I popped Sidecar on the lid, and then I went in with Virgin on the brow bone. I literally just did a 4-look color look this morning because I wasn't really sure if I was going to have time, and then I added outer corner colors when I got back home. So I added Smog and Dark Horse to the outer corners, and then the inner corners I went in with Virgin. I went in with the brow bone. I don't know if I already said that. And then also on the inner corners. And also Sin on the inner corners as well. So I mixed Virgin and Sin together. So that's what I used from the Naked palette today. I still really love this palette a lot. It's definitely the best Urban Decay Naked palette. Then I went in with the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara on the top and bottom. Then I concealed and highlighted under my eyes with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Warm. And the MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose. And I set that with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Then I did not contour today because I didn't have time, so I just went in with the Urban Decay 8-Hour Afterglow Blush in the shade Kinky. I didn't realize how like warm it is for like such a cool tone look that I'm wearing, but I kind of like how it looks. It might look a tad bit orange, but what I love about these Urban Decay Afterglow blushes is they just last all day. I'm sorry if it looks a little bit weird because my lip color and my eye color is like basically the same, and my cheeks are just like orange. I mean, they're not orange, they're like a nude orange color. But literally you barely have to reapply these, and the pigment like just still lasts on your face all day. Like, they really are amazing blushes. But I didn't want to go like monochromatic. Like, what else would I wear with it? Maybe I should have just worn Madly. I don't know. But whatever. Then I highlighted with the Anastasia Glow Kit today in the shade That Glow. I did order this online and I got it yesterday, so I got to use 2 of the highlighters today. So I used the shades Starburst and not Starburst, Sunburst and Bubbly, and I mixed those 2 together. It is so pretty, so I highlighted with those 2 colors, and I'm very excited to share this in a haul because I had to order this online because of course it was sold out in the stores. Then of course I went over everything with the Hourglass and the Slate powder. Then I set everything with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Then I filled in my brows with the Chanel Brow Pencil and then set them with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I know my eyebrows are looking janky. I just haven't had time to tweeze them. Then I primed my lips with the Bite Beauty Lip Primer. Then I filled them in with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Aquarius. I lined them with the Lippy Pencil in Aquarius. And then I filled them in with the Stila Stay All Day Liquid Lipstick in the shade Carmelo. It is their new nude shade, and I did haul it about last week. I really, really love this color. I still really love the Stila Stay All Day lipstick formula. Really nothing has changed with that. Like, after you apply it, it just, you still feel it on your lips a little bit, but you kind of feel like forget that you're wearing it. Like, it does feel drying when you first put it on, but then after like a few minutes, you really it feels absolutely fine. And I don't know, I really love this color. It's kind of really like the Kat Von D Bow and Arrow and the Lime Crime Buffy, but just like a tad bit lighter and a little bit more gray. It's really, really pretty. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, bye. Okay, so hi, so I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. I am in the middle of watching the Oscars, so I'm trying to do this as quick as possible. So I primed my face with the Smashbox Primer Water and the Smashbox More Than Primer. I wanted to use that again because I haven't used it in a while and I love it. Then I went in with the Dior Air Flash Spray Foundation and the Custom Cover Drops in N10 and the Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Liquid Lightning. Then I concealed and highlighted with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer in the shade Y223 and the MAC Pepper Primer Radiant Rose, and then I set everything with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Medium. Then I primed my eyes with the MAC 24-Hour Eyeshadow Base and then also set it with the same powder. And then I went in with the Manny MUA Makeup Geek palette today. I did get it in the mail, and oh my god, I am obsessed with this palette already. It was so easy to blend out everything. It was beautiful. So of course, I went in with my favorite transition shade, which is in the palette already, which is Beaches and Cream. Then I went in with the color Sora, and I swear to God, it's like one of the easiest blendable Makeup Geek shadows I've ever used. It's a gorgeous color. Then I went in with Frappe to darken up the crease more, which is also in the palette. And then I went in with Aphrodite on the outer corners. Again, a gorgeous color. And then I went in with the color Luna on the lid. Look how gorgeous that is. It's so beautiful. And then I went in with Vanilla Bean, which is obviously my brow bone highlight. It doesn't really have a brow bone highlight, and plus I used Artemis on the inner corners, which is gorgeous. I wanted to use that on the inner corners instead. Then I lined my eyes with the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Mad Max Brown. Then I primed my lashes with the Lancome Primer and then went over them with the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. Then I concealed and highlighted under my eyes with the Makeup Forever Concealer and the MAC Pepper Primer Radiant Rose, and then I set that with the Laura Mercier Secret Blending Powder. Then I contoured with the Marc Jacobs Intermark Dreamer Filter and then baked it with the lighter powder. Then I went in with the Galactic Blush in Naples and then highlighted with the Galactic Star powder, right, in the shade Natural, and then I went over everything with the Hourglass Mist Light powder. Then I set everything with the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. Then I filled in my brows with the Chanel Brow Pencil and then set them with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Then I primed my lips with the Bite Beauty Lip Primer. Then I lined them with the ColourPop Baby Pencil and Lumiere, and then I filled them in with the Lumiere 2 ColourPop Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick. I'm showing a lot of love to YouTubers today because I use Kathleen Light's Lippy. And that's it. Bye!